Welcome to my table, Sagittarius. This is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot, here with your August reading. I'm going to pull a card for each one of your 12 astrological houses, 4 weekly themes, and then one overall for the month of August. So it is all chaptered out below. You can skip right to only the parts that you care about. And my question to you, Sagittarius, is do you like my new way of doing it? This is a brand new type of reading, so let me know how it works for you, the good and the bad and the ugly in the comments. And also, you can go ahead and ask for any clarification on something if I talk through it too fast or it doesn't make sense. So let's start with your first house of outward appearance and first impressions, your second house of immediate environment and concerns, your third house of communication, fourth house of home, family, self-care. Is that one card? Okay, fifth house of romance, creativity, play, and art. I straighten it all up later. All right, sixth house of daily health habits and service. Seventh house of partnerships and contracts. Eighth house of intimacy, shared assets, letting go. Ninth house, big picture beliefs, higher learning, and philosophy, wisdom. 10th house, reputation, legacy. 11th house, relating to the outer world, bigger picture. 12th house, what is hidden behind the scenes. All right, so we're going to do an artist for each week of August. So your artist for the first week of August. Second week, third week, fourth week, and then for the month of August, the overall nurture. All right, I'm going to straighten these up, take some notes, and I will be right back. All right, Sagittarius, let's start here in the middle with your overall energy for the whole month. You have Clover or Nurture. So this is a huge month for revamping or recommitting to your systems of self-care and family care. And if you have a new idea or project, which you do, it's a great time to tend to it as much as possible, or practice kind encouragement to a young person as well. It's a time that should really be providing you with the stability that you need to turn your focus into growing something. It's like this, everything is coming together to support one huge thing. It all makes sense, trust me. So your artist for the first week, you have Orlan. So what you are nurturing here is likely to do with, it could be your appearance. I can see you maybe reinventing yourself in some way. Or another thing, they might be talking, oh, it's UPS. You might be taking on an aspect of your healing in a very public way, like so that others can see themselves in it and be encouraged to do the same thing. Whatever you're doing, you're showing people around you an alternative to what they've always just accepted as normal. And in your second week, you have Kandinsky. This is one of my favorites. So interestingly, a time where other people might call it chaotic, but not you. It's kind of like the crazy desk that looks like a total mess, but you know exactly where everything is. To you, everything's going to be in harmony and in order. Especially you've got this 8 of Wands in your 8th house. Very harmonious energy. A well-oiled humming machine. But other people might not get it. And so you might spend most of this week with your earbuds in, because like this is all very public, but this week in particular, more like just listening to music, I feel like, because you're on the verge of some breakthrough. You're on the cutting edge of something. I feel like it might be a social media thing that you're going to be the first to do before it goes viral or something like that. The originator of some new TikTok thing, I don't know. So your artist for the third week, this is Jean-Michel Basquiat. So this is why what you're doing is going to work, because no one else is doing it. You're tapping into some collective rage, almost collective pain, and channeling it and shining bright yourself. I seriously don't know what you're doing, but people cannot look away right now. It's feeling very liberating, and it's feeling like coming full circle to something. It's like you've got aces, you've got tens, you've got the wheel, the star. Yeah. Major circular round coming around glow up. So your artist for the 4th week is Coons. And so a huge crescendo here where you're like, go big or go home. This all kind of like builds to this big, huge, massive ending. I can see your ego inflating a little bit here. So, which, you do deserve it. And with so many people suffering from, low self-esteem and things, it could be good. It could be exactly what you need. But just, as long as it's within healthy, balanced levels. Other than that, everything around you just feels larger than life right there in that week. So in your first house of public impressions, you have the 8 of Vessels or Cups. And so this is appearing discontent in some way, in search of something. And it's probably because you're saying so. Like this deck has, the artist deck, it has all the colors in it. But you have all yellow and blue. So you're speaking your intentions and advocating for yourself in some major way. And also with the red, that's very root chakra. You've got red there. So what was I saying? Something about the stability, this nurturing shows a very grounded and stable time in which to kind of launch a whole new thing. So anyway, some way, somewhere in your life, you've not been getting enough of something and you're done. You're declaring war. You're declaring war on some restrictive beauty standard or a gender role, or making a big move away from a job that isn't keeping up with your progression. I feel like this is going to be most prominent in that first week. So in your second house of immediate environment, you have Nurture, the Empress. So here we go. It is appearing here twice. Can't make that up. Anyway, so yeah. Appropriate that the world of art wanted to speak to you this month, because your immediate visceral daily experience is of creating something, of nourishing it, of beautifying it. It's aesthetic. It's luxurious feeling. It's kind of sprawling and expansive. I feel you're like you're tasting sweetness and feeling plush things on your skin, decking yourself out to express on the outside what you're doing for yourself on the inside. And I feel like this most prominently manifesting in that 3rd and 4th. So in your 3rd house of communication, you have the Wheel. So like I said earlier, you're broadcasting this huge change or this transformation. It has sort of a, not literally, but like a televised makeover feel to it. It's like you might have some new people coming into your orbit at just the right time, and your magnetism could be rolling in some people from your past in your DMs. You may get some lucky news, or like be saying goodbye to someone one minute and hello to someone else the next. It has a call and response feel to it, kind of like blues music almost. I do feel like this being the most active in that 2nd week. In your 4th house of home and self-care and family, you have the 6 of Coins. So this is you and your family or your household all taking care of each other in a very balanced way. This is a great card to have next to the Wheel, actually, because it's like a guarantee that what you give is coming back to you. And it's likely maybe to be altered or different in some way, but you'll be squared up or made whole somehow. It's also a reminder for anyone who struggles to put themselves first because you were maybe taught that that's selfish. It's not. This is taking care of your most important tool for service. And this is all month long. All 4 weeks are really support that energy. So in your 5th house of romance, creativity, play, and art, you have the Star. Once again, strong energy the entirety of August, augmenting this kind of already doubled nurture thing that you have here. I mean, the visual, the image is very nurturing and nourishing. So everything that you're doing right now is divinely inspired and purposeful. Even your fun and your play, they aren't frivolities. They're life-giving. And like the affection that you're exchanging isn't a nicety. It's healing for you. It's a feeling of a strong message about healing touch, like massage. Fulfillment is your North Star. So all the world can see, especially with this Eight of Vessels, you're not just doing it for yourself either. But what you're undertaking right now is giving hope and restoring faith to others. Some one of you might be making a yoga video or a music video, I'm feeling. Very specifically, that's coming through for somebody. So in your 6th house of daily health, habits, and service, you have the Crown of Wands. So these two with the star, it feels very as above, so below type energy. Mastering your energy, nurturing yourself and nourishing yourself to where your battery is on full bars, full charge, and it's radiating outward to draw people in like a moth to flame. You're freaking like glowing with purpose and intention. It's like, you know what crystals do or what magnifying glasses do to light. You're doing that with your passion to recover something or to overthrow something. Is it something systemic, I wonder? Because it feels as far as service, it's broad. It's not like one-on-one, but it's widely visible. Your service is actually your leadership. Probably most prominent in that 3rd week, but that whole as above, so below energy, that comes up there in the 9th. We'll get to that. That's mirrored up there. So in your 7th house of partnership and contracts, you have the 10 of Vessels or Cups. So this is the happily ever after card. And so far, romance hasn't really featured prominently. It's kind of like you're being silently supported by a partner who's just kind of like watching as in awe as you unfurl. But here it's coming out to be spoken on. So just in that, happiness and love are becoming more solid and concrete, coming into fruition. So it's like your partnership, I can feel like your hearts swelling towards each other. That really reaches peak intensity in that 4th week. But I'm seeing something like your names together on a document. Like it could be a marriage license or a lease or an LLC or something like that. But just like the joy of seeing your 2 names on an official document it feels nice. Anyway, in your 8th house of intimacy and letting go, you have the Revealer. This is the High Priestess. And so a big call for trust in the universe especially. But next to that 10 of Cups in your 7th house, I feel like you and your partner might be, it feels twin flamey, like dreaming together or communicating without words, feeling each other's feelings as though you were own, just like knowing what the other is thinking. So in your 9th house of beliefs and philosophy, you have the Ace of Vessels, Ace of Cups. So this is a love letter to the world. So what a lot of people have, a lot of maybe other people or other signs, they're having these like different layers of experience. And you're experiencing like this one massive infusion of life-giving energy on all of the dimensions. And so you're like, your whole outlook is through a lens of love and passion, compassion and empathy. So you're believing to your core in every atom of your body in your worthiness and your lovability. And so you're adopting a more heart-centered versus cerebral outlook. So learning how to listen to your heart's guidance, and especially with the High Priestess there. Okay, so in your 10th house of reputation and legacy, you have the 3 of Swords. And this overlays nicely actually with this 8 of Vessels in your first, so that this displays this more heart-centered wisdom. We're coming full circle now to this like 3rd week energy. spinning past pain into hope and healing for others. It's like you're going to be known as a transcender. Think like Oprah energy, Halle Berry, Tina Turner, this type of thing. For all you accomplish and what you lavishly display, no one is going to confuse you for someone who was just born into it or had it handed to you. No silver spoon in your mouth crap. It's the struggle that people are going to admire, and the tenacity and the overcoming of adversity that so many are going to ultimately relate to and relate to you. So in your 10th house, no, this is the 11th house of your place in the world. So ideals, Ace of Coins. And so something brand new in this area, something entrusted to your care to, wait for it, nurture. This is like you being born into a new role. You may be born into a new social group or class or community, born into a new job or identity. Some of you may actually be funding something or securing funding for something. It's like this is what all of your efforts go into creating when they're combined with a broader collective effort. Something full of potential and stored power. It's like, as an inspiring leader, this is your cornerstone value, whatever that is. So in your 12th house of the hidden and behind the scenes, you have the 8 of Wands. So momentum, velocity, perfect timing, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here in your communications. So very lucky and well-timed messages and conversations. Divine timing is underpinning this kind of like trans-dimensional shift towards a more hopeful future. And it feels like having Ganesh out ahead of you, clearing your path of all obstacles and obstructions. But you can't see him. You just enjoy the road that the universe has paved for you. And with Empress and the Star, rolled out the red carpet as well. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. And if it helps in any way, or if you've enjoyed it, let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.